What? Poppin'? It's your girl, Jazzy J. How y'all doing today? Welcome to my channel. If you're new around here, welcome. If not, what is up, Buttercup? Today is Sunday, which means it's my lovely little segment, Manga and a Mukbang, where I talk about whatever webcomic I have read recently and I want to talk about while eating food. In this case, I'm going to be drinking tea. This is not a sponsor because I am not big enough to be getting sponsors. However, if you are a tea connoisseur like me and you love tea, there is a business called Dollar Tea Club where you can sign up and get 3 teas every single month for about like $8, and they're all loose leaf tea, so you get tea bags to go with it. Don't ask me what I'm drinking because I completely forgot and I don't feel like getting up to go and look. But it is delicious, okay? No, it's not food. However, it is important that you need to stay hydrated as well. So I shall be drinking this throughout the video. Last week, we had actually talked about the male lead's little lion daughter. If you haven't seen that and haven't read it, why don't you go ahead and check that out in my playlist, Manga and a Mukbang. I will go ahead and drop that down in the description box below so y'all can go and find it. And again, if you like it, tell me why. Tell me why not. And leave it down in the comments below. Alright? If I look the exact same, it's because I filmed it on the same day. Yeah. So I look the exact same way as I did last week. Because I'm filming multiple videos on one day. Efficiency. Because I'll forget. Anyway. This week, we're going to be talking about another child growing up manifesting life story. This one is like a reincarnation ×2 story called I Shall Master This Family. But before we get into that, make sure you follow me on all my social media. I am on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch. Oh, and Patreon, sorry. I'm on all of those platforms, so go ahead and follow me there. It's underscore Jazzy J, just like it's spelled here, okay? And also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell notifications so you know when I post another video. I'll say it again at the end as well, so don't forget, okay? I would like to get to monetization status, so share the video too. Thank you. But let's get into this video. So we're gonna have some trigger warnings. There is themes of bullying, violence, and abuse/child abuse. Okay. Now again, the name of this webcomic is I Shall Master This Family. It is a drama, fantasy, isekai, also known as a reincarnation, romance webcomic. Those are the genres it typically falls in. The original language, once again, is Korean. Most of these webcomics are going to fall into either Korean or Chinese. This one is Korean. So, as I said with the last week, if you go out and you find wherever it is, just kind of understand that unless you're paying for the webcomic, every site has a little bit different variation of a translation because it really matters on who is doing the translation. The original's going to be in Korean. It's not going to change. It is what it is. But from there, God help you. You know, whatever you read is what you read. So, and the names will vary too, depending on who's doing the translation. So just kind of letting you know about that one as well. And when I last read this, which was like a month or 2 ago now, it was at like 80 chapters. It is an ongoing webcomic. It will continue to go, which makes me excited. The art quality is beautiful. It is amazing. The main character, even though she looks like a redhead, she's actually a brunette, but I thought she was a redhead throughout the entire thing. Like, she got some red brown hair. it looks red, but it was later confirmed later on in the story that she's actually a brunette and she's not a redhead. But if she was a redhead, she's giving me real Merida vibes, and I'm here for it. I don't care about Disney all too much. I really don't. But I'm here for it. You know, you feel me? You feel me? Okay. Okay, we're on the same page. We're on the same page. Quick little synopsis of this story. The great Lombardi family was once at the top of the empire. After the death of its patriarch, the fate of the family and that of Fiorentia, born of a Lombardi and a peasant, fall to ruin at the hands of the useless and cruel cousins. But when she's reincarnated as her 7-year-old self, she'll work to protect the family's honor, gain her grandpa Lulac's favor, and prevent her father's death. In this lifetime, there's only one way for her to win: to become the head of the mighty household. I hope from the synopsis that you guys actually go out and read it, because it is a really good webcomic and I very much love it. The main character, Fiorentia, she goes by Tia. So we're just gonna call her Tia because I don't feel like saying her whole name. She's the one who was reincarnated one time and then reborn a second time. So it's kind of like the dual reincarnation thing. Originally a woman from Korea, but again, they don't go into her life in Korea pretty much at all. You just kind of know that she was Korean at one point, because really early on in the story, she's like, God damn, I died again. So now I get to, start over type of thing. Well, not entirely start over, but back from 7 years old, okay? This webcomic has a lot of characters in general, unlike the other webcomics. I mean, they have a lot of characters, but this one in particular, like, the characters come up consistently. Like, you get to know pretty much everyone. So I'll just kind of lead you off a list and how they're all kind of related to Tia. So, it is Tia, and then her father's name is Gallahan. Her grandfather's name is Lulac. Then you have Claravan. Claravan is her teacher, who then later on becomes a business partner. And Perez. Perez is the second prince of the empire, and he has literally gone through abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, child abuse. His stepmother, the queen, tries to poison him so that he dies. He does not die, and Tia saves him the second time around, but those are the main characters, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's not confirmed because they're still kids, but I'm pretty sure later on in the story, Tia and Perez are going to end up getting married. And, like, the way that the story is going, that's the only option that's on it that can be possible between the two of them, because Perez is literally just obsessed with Tia. Not in a bad way, not at all, but Tia is kind of his savior. Secondary characters. There's Belizak, Astalou. So Belizak and Astalou, they are cousins to Tia. Guillaume, Malion, and there is one more in there. Can't remember. They have... so Guillaume and Malion, they are twins who are also cousins to Tia as well. Wait a minute. I'm getting all sorts of messed up. Okay, so Belizak and Astalou, they're brothers who are cousins to Tia. Tia's father is Gallahan. Gallahan has 2 brothers and a sister. So one of the brothers is Vius. Then the other one is, I can't remember the other one, but he's got 2 brothers, and the sister is Shannonette. So Shannonette is the mother of Guillaume and Marion, who are the cousins of... I feel like it would just be easy to draw off a whole family tree, but I'm not gonna do that. Basically, here are her cousins: Belizak, Astalou, Guillaume, Marion. And Cranny. There's also a girl in there, but I completely forgot her name. Lorraine. Lorraine is her name. Sorry. Then you have VS, Shannonette. They are uncle and aunt. There is one more uncle, and I forgot his name. And then you have the family of the Anjanette. I wonder if it's Anganasis. Something like that. And they are the family of the Queen, Empress. Of the Empress, yeah. So the Anjanesses, and they are in direct conflict with the Lombardi family. They're like enemies, essentially. The Anjanesses have literally been trying to take over the Lombardi family for like, they're literally like, what do I want to say? Vultures, I guess. I think that would be pretty accurate because they don't have the power to go and take down the Lombardi, but if they get low enough, then they can swoop in and take everything. That's kind of how the Anjanassis work. And Vies is married to one of the Anjanassis families, so she kind of has access to the internal world, and she messes things up, and he messes things up, and it's a lot. It's a lot. You're gonna have to keep up. You're gonna have to keep up in this story, okay? So the second time she gets reborn, so she was reborn from Korea. Don't know really how she died, but the second time, the second life that she lived as Tia, she was, I don't want to say she was cowardly, but she essentially was cowardly. She kind of was like on the back burner a lot. She ended up losing the entire Lombardi family. She got kicked out because she is the daughter of Guion, who is a Lombardi and a traveling nomad. So she has half quote-unquote peasant blood in her. She's the smartest girl in the entire family. But anyway, her second life, she ends up getting killed because she is trampled to death by a horse after she gets drunk and walks out into the street. So then she is reborn as Tia again in her third life at 7 years old, and it is pretty much her going through her past life, trying to fix the Lombardi family, find a place, a grounding in the Lombardi family, let her grandfather know that she should be the rightful heir of the Lombardi family, collecting a horde of people who are going to follow her, starting up businesses, putting her cousins in their place, putting the first prince in his place, putting the whole empire in their place, and literally becoming the most unstoppable character ever at the age of 7. And this is one of the things, was one of the stories where she does gradually grow up. It's not like, she's a child, and then time leap 5 years later, I guess 10 years later, now she's an adult type of thing. I kind of hate that stuff. I'm just like, look, if you want to skip like a year or two, maybe that's fine, like go ahead, especially if nothing's really going to happen and she's just like a whole training arc and you want to go through, fine, go ahead, that's whatever. But don't be skipping everything. Damn, like her whole life is just a blur until she gets to her 20s. That's not how life works, but okay, I guess. Let's go off. Go off, it's fine. She goes off to rescue Perez, her father, in her second life now. So her first life as Tia actually ends up dying from a disease that later on becomes curable. So she goes off and she finds the doctor. I guess at the time she's technically a nurse or a student in training, and pushes that person to go up to the university and get the cure for the disease, like leaps and bounds, ahead of schedule so her father can be saved. There's a lot that's going on in the story, so I'm really not going to get into the nitty-gritty of everything, and I don't want this to be like a whole 20-minute video long thing. If you like drama, actually, it's not entirely like this, but if you like Bridgerton, you're most likely going to like this. The main character, Tia, very smart, very intelligent. I don't want to say she's cunning, but she's very motivated. We'll go with motivated, okay? She gets things done in a very timely manner. I absolutely love her. I think you would love her as well. And I think you would love most of the characters, especially her grandfather and her father, who are those absolute sweethearts, alright? That's all I'm going to say on that comic, because it's a lot. It's a lot. You're just gonna have to read it if you really want to understand it. So, if you have already read this webcomic, I want to know your thoughts and opinions. Go ahead and drop that down in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Why or why not? Would you recommend this webcomic to somebody else? Because I absolutely would. I am recommending it to you all. Please go off and read it. If you like this video, go ahead and leave me a thumbs up. Hit that bell notification so that you know when I post another video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel because, again, I would like to get to the point where I can be monetized. Share this video because it feels like we people who like webcomics are in a niche. If you are listening just to listen, then thank you. I love you. You're great. You're fantastic. That's it. That's all I have for this video today. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye.